Hey, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. I was about to put this off again, but I was like, let me just go ahead and get this out the way. Um, Let me get these settings going. So, as you see on the thumbnail, we need to dive into this John Doe situation because I don't think people are aware of the John Doe. I see everybody still talking about the Jane Doe and nobody talking about the John Doe. So I'm just like, okay, what is really going on? So if you didn't know, this is in regards to the lawsuit that Jay-Z filed against Tony Buzbee. And let me see. Hold on. Let me pull up this. Let me pull it up. All right. I hate because I did something and now all my settings are off. Okay. So Jay-Z ended up filing a lawsuit shortly after Tony Buzbee um, amended the complaint to name Sean Carter in the wait, did he? I'm trying to figure out if he did it before or after. Hold on, let me see. No, I'm thinking Tony Buzbee sent the letters. Jay-Z then filed his lawsuit. You know what? I'm sitting here doing all this and I can just look. Hold up. The amended complaint to add Sean Carter was December 8th. Okay, so when did Jay-Z end up filing his? Hold on, I'm going through. Maybe I have to it's easier if I just go to my docket. John Doe. All right. Nope. This is all right. So this is how it happened. So Tony Buzbee sends Jay-Z the Jane Doe demand letter and the John Doe demand letter. Jay-Z didn't like what the demand letter stated, so he ended up filing a lawsuit under the pseudonym John Doe in California on November 18th. After that, Tony Buzbee then goes and amends the complaint to add Jay-Z to the lawsuit, the Jane Doe versus um, Diddy and all his entities. So that included Jay-Z, and that was on December 8th. So it goes demand letters, Jay-Z suing Tony Buzbee amended the complaint to add Sean Carter to it. All right, that makes sense. All right, so if you was not here prior when we went over this, I'm going to reread the demand letter. Let me go ahead and put this trigger warning. All right, so to be clear, for those who are coming in, this is the demand letter for John Doe. When I tell y'all I have done my research and I can't put my hands onto who this individual is, um, I honestly don't know. It's a John Doe. He's from Texas. He was 16 at the time that the incident happened. That's all I know. I have checked the Spotify charts, I have checked the internet, and I can't find a single person. But it reads, um, on November 5th, this demand letter was emailed to Jay-Z's attorney. And it states, I write on behalf of my client, John Doe, a minor at the time of this occurrence. This letter is Mr. Doe's pre-suit demand to participate in a confidential mediation session with you and your counsel regarding my client's claims outlined below. All statements made herein are for the purposes of negotiating a settlement and are confidential pursuant to the rules. The settlement demand is confidential and may not be shared with any other parties. All right, that's part one, right? So, John Doe's demand letter, along with Jane Doe's demand letter, was both emailed to Jay-Z's attorney at that time. So after this demand letter, that is when Jay-Z filed his complaint against Tony Buzbee. Now, Tony Buzbee only amends the Diddy's complaint to add Sean Combs, and that is for Jane Doe. But what happened to the John Doe? Because both of these demand letters state that they want to sit down and have a confidential mediation before they end up filing the suit for this one or amended the complaint for the Diddy case. What happened? That's what I'm trying, because after I read this, I was like, this never came out. Which leads me to believe two things either happened. They sat down and they had a mediation and things didn't work out. And if that was the case, then what would happen is they would actually have filed a lawsuit. But now, my other thing is, if it did work out, did Jay-Z pay or settle the John Doe case so that it would not be filed in court? Hey Buttercup, what's up? So that's the issue there. So two things. So either Jay-Z settled the John Doe case and it never made it to litigation, or they sat down, had a conversation, and ruled Jay-Z out. But then you would see, oh, wait. I'm trying to think. Hold on, y'all. What? It's what? Y'all, hold on. I'm sorry, my kid thought something was burning in the kitchen. I was like, Lord, I need a house to live in. All right. Hey, Hibiscus, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? So yeah, so I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Okay, so just kind of giving my thought on it. Two things could have happened. Either he has settled with John Doe, or they had the meeting and they settled. Well, actually, three things. Or they had a meeting and they determined, well, it wasn't Jay-Z, and they went after Diddy. And you know what? I didn't even think about um looking at the Jay-Z, I mean not the Jay-Z, the newer cases, the newer John Doe cases that were filed against Diddy. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. So now I got to go back and I got to look to see the Diddy cases, cuz if that's the case and they ruled out Jay-Z and it's just I'm sorry, I'm pulling it up now, and it's just Jay-Z, then I mean Sean Combs, then that's different. But I want to know, I wanted to ask you guys, I know nobody's talking about this, and I don't know why people aren't talking about it. I don't know if they just kind of overlooked everything and said, okay, they're just focusing on Jane Doe. But I'm just like, where's the outrage? Because so many people have commented, just pretty much saying that Jane Doe, her story is da 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 da. But I hear absolutely nothing about John Doe. And it's like, I don't even know what to even say about it. Um, so I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna do my research and I'm gonna look through the John Doe cases that have been filed against Combs to see if it is the John Doe that they're actually talking about in this demand letter that was sent to Jay-Z. But to go on, for those who aren't here, I'm just going to kind of read what this says. So, it says for decades, Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, allegedly abused, M-word, raped, assaulted, threatened, and coerced women, men, and minors for sexual gratification to assert dominance and to conceal his abhorrent conduct. Combs allegedly accomplished these acts by and through a criminal enterprise built on his success as a rapper, record producer, and record executive. He also allegedly did this through the assistance of other individuals. We have evidence that you were one such individual who participated in this foul conduct. One, they have evidence that Jay-Z participated. In his frequent sexual assaults, Combs allegedly used the popular uh, date rape rug, believing that's roofie or GHB, to commit heinous non-consensual acts of sexual violence and rape against countless victims. Those same drugs were used here in conjunction with the sexual assault of my client, which I will prove you participated in. So I don't think that they no, they I don't think they ruled him out, because if they did, he's saying that he has evidence that he participated in this. I won't be surprised if Diddy didn't have tapes, because that same mansion that he put up for sale for 6 point something million, that I believe that is the same mansion that this took place, because they was talking about the pool and everything, and I'm gonna pull that up too. um Carter and Combs relationship, the relationship between yourself and Combs go beyond the occasional party appearance. Your friendship spans several years, both with both of you supporting each other publicly and professionally. You frequently attended parties together, included but not limited to Combs' 50th birthday party, Ciroc release parties, and Rock Nation pre-Grammy parties, amongst others. You shared interests include music production, business ventures, and a lavish lifestyle that celebrates success in the music industry. Over the years, you and Combs have collaborated on numerous projects, both in music, business ventures, and beyond. You and Combs are close friends. I think it is clear that you in Combs' inner circle and frequent many of the extravagant parties hosted by Combs, which were heavily attended by those in the upper echelon of the entertainment industry. Your role in these gatherings demonstrate your presence in celebrity social circles, intertwining your brand with Combs. Your friendship and Combs has certainly benefited you professionally. Based on what we have learned, you frequently join Combs at his freak offs and other parties herein. Sexual assaults took place, including the one described below. Now, what I do, yeah, it is very, very weird, Hibiscus. What I find crazy is that they include a photo with Beyonce in it. In the Jane Doe, they only included this photo. They only included this photo. So why include a photo of Beyonce in the John Doe photo? I mean, a demand letter. That's very weird to me. So here's the actual assault. So it says John Doe was 16 years old in 2015 when you actually assaulted him in Beverly Hills, California. In the summer of 2015, Doe had rose up in a hip hop music scene. I need to hold up, because I searched everything but that. So it was hip hop. In the hip hop music scene ranks. He traveled across the country to open for prominent household name artists. Doe started gaining significant traction on platforms like Spotify and Apple Music and had a growing fan base. A well known agent represented Doe. Doe often toured with his close friend, who also pursued a music career. While performing at a show in Miami, and his friend received a call from their agent letting them know Combs and his associate invited both of them to a Diddy party in Beverly Hills, California. Both Doe and his friend felt immediately excited with anticipation of meeting some of the biggest stars in the music industry who would likely attend the party as well. With only a few days until the event, the two young artists flew home to Texas, immediately purchased airfare to Los Angeles, and left to attend the exclusive party. Y'all, I promise y'all, I at first I thought it was Ray Shrimmer, and then I was like, well, they wasn't 16 during 2015. I am just trying to figure out who this individual is. I don't know if they're from Dallas, if they're from Houston. I don't know. So if you do know, put it in the chat or leave it in the comments. Um, so this is the crazy part. So when the boys landed in Los Angeles, Combs and his business associates had arranged for a black SUV to pick them up from the airport. Inside the vehicle, the boys were offered non-alcoholic champagne. Unbeknownst to either of them, the champagne contained drugs. About 30 minutes after sipping the champagne, both began feeling disoriented. Doe suddenly felt weak and confused, unlike anything he had ever experienced before. Doe's friend then passed out in the car before reaching their destination. While Doe felt disoriented, he did not lose consciousness at this point. The drive from the airport to Beverly Hills Mansion took approximately an hour. Upon arrival, security guarded the entrance, opening a large gate to a white mansion. Doe recalls the grass being the nicest he's ever seen, and the property having impeccable trimmed trees and landscaping. Doe could see a lively crowd already at the party, with multiple cars arriving, one after another. He noticed that other attendees, both male and female, around his age, some younger, who were also entertainers. That's weird for me. That is very, very weird. Now I'm gonna just kind of briefly go here. This is his Beverly Hills mansion to kind of give you guys some type of aspect of it. I'm assuming the road is right here because I see a gate to that house. So either it has to be because this got to be the backyard with the pool. So this is the mansion, the Beverly Hills mansion. All right, so let's get back to this demand. As Doe stepped out of the car, his friend remained unconscious in the back seat. Doe leaned in and tried to wake him, but an older man quickly approached and offered to help, reassuring him, "Your friend is just tired from the flight." Now, I done flew from Dallas to Los Angeles, and it is a 3-hour flight. It ain't that bad. It is not that bad at all. The same man then instructed Doe to place his hand and his friend's no, to place his and his friend's cell phone into a brown bag, explaining that photographs and videos were strictly prohibited inside the house and at the party. After complying, the individual removed Doe's friend from the car and took him into an undisclosed location. At the entrance, another man introduced himself as a lawyer. I found this very, very, very crazy that a lawyer will be greeting guests at a Diddy party where no cell phones, no nothing. No guests were provided with copies of the NDA after signing. Now, for some reason, it disappeared from my screen, so I'm going to stop it and then reshare it because I don't know what happened. Okay. Um, At this point, Doe's memory grew hazy. as he drifted in and out of consciousness under the effects of GHB. He recalls being led upstairs, across a marble hallway, and into a room designed designated for him. As he entered, Doe fully lost consciousness and did not wake up until the next morning. All right, so John Doe lost consciousness and did not wake up until the next morning, meaning that he don't know what happened between the time he got there and the time that he fell out. He just know he was going up the stairs and that was it. The next morning, Doe awoke in an unfamiliar bedroom. The effects of the rug had worn off. As he opened his eyes, he saw you, Jay-Z, lying beside him in bed. Your expression was blank, but with an appearance of guilt and shame. He remembers you being mostly unclothed, wearing only short white boxers. You two stared at one another for what felt like a very long time. Doe then noticed another person in the bed as well, turned away with a blanket over her head. However, Doe did see her face briefly. Doe began to understand what happened. You and most likely the woman he saw briefly engaged in a non consensual sexual intercourse with Doe while he was drugged and unconscious. Doe then leaped out of the bed, wanting to find his friend and get out of the house. As he got out of the bed, he realized he was completely unclothed and his stuff was throbbing in pain. Doe searched the nearby rooms, but he could not find his friend. He rushed through the house, turning up nothing. Then, through a window, he saw a few individuals asleep by the pool. Doe went outside to check and eventually found his friend next to the pool found his friend next to the poolside swing. His friend was unclothed just as he was. Hold on, let me text my sister right quick. All right. Doe shook his friend to awake him. As his friend came to, he mumbled in confusion and asked why they were both unclothed. Doe did not know why either, but he asked his friend what he remembered. His friend replied that the last thing he recalled was Celebrity X, was seeing Celebrity X. And as I explained in the last video, if they're naming it Celebrity X, I don't know if that is possibly the individual's first initial to his last name, or if they're calling them, because you remember Diddy was Celebrity A. Well, I don't know. Was he Celebrity A? I just know they just started naming celebrities by the alphabet. That's all I know. But X, we know how far down the line X is. Doe's friends saw his clothes nearby and quickly dressed, while Doe wrapped himself in a towel he found by the pool. Doe asked his friend to come upstairs with him to find his clothes so they could leave. When they entered the room, it was empty. Both you and the other woman were gone. As the two ran out of the house, Combs stood waiting at the front door. He stopped them with a warning. If anyone hear about this party or what happened, he knew where each of the boys' families lived. He allowed for them to grab their phones, then reminded them that the NDAs, and added that he could crush any future they hoped to have in the music industry. As a result of him, Jay-Z, assaulting John Doe, he has experienced severe mental anguish, anxiety, and panic attacks. Depression shadows him, especially in social settings and among crowds. He struggles to open up to trust, and it is deeply affected his relationships, and his happiness. He once had a promising career in entertainment, but he has now abandoned it. He cannot continue in the industry ran or run by people who took advantage of him, used his body, threatened him, and left him feeling discarded. Doe fears for his life and constantly relives the horror he endured at the hands of you and your friend Combs. He will never fully heal from the atrocities to committed uh, unto him after being rugged and raped innumerable times by yourself. This is the John Doe Demand Letter. Once again, why? Hi, Ebony. How are you doing? Yeah, I don't want to go past this John Doe letter because I'm really trying to figure out as to what happened. Why hasn't nobody spoke on this? I'm trying to figure out if this case got resolved behind closed doors and never made it to litigation, or if Jay-Z possibly settled, or if they actually filed a lawsuit against, you know, Diddy, and we just don't know about it. Because there are a couple of John Does that has filed suit against him. Oh my, whatchamacallit? Oh, okay. Because I'm like, who? Everybody's hitting me up on my Instagram. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Um, he had 2 weeks to contact the office, Buzbee's office, to schedule a confidential mediation. And he stated that if he did not hear from him by November 19th, 2024, that he will go ahead and pursue litigation. So, what happened? Exactly what happened. Um, that is where I am stuck at. That's where I am stuck at. So this is the mansion. Now, I tried to search for parties, Diddy parties in 2015 during that time, and I have no clue as to where this man, who this John Doe is. I have absolutely no clue. Um, I am going to search the docket for Diddy cases to see if any of them were minors at the time and see if they were from Texas and try to match it up that way. And I understand that's the whole reason why they put it under the pseudonym John Doe is because they don't want their identity to, be revealed. And if I do reveal it, I probably will do it in members versus the public until they make the determination whether they want to go public or not. But this is beyond crazy. This is beyond crazy. So get the word out there. Like, well, I don't know. I mean, I can't say get the word out there because like I said, but at the end of the day, it shows that Jay-Z has done this not to just men, I mean not to just women, but to also men. Not even men. They were minors at the time. Nobody is talking about this. Jay-Z has so much to hide. Look at the Ramir Sotomayor. I think is that his name? Ramir, the young man that looks just like him. Just like him. He's trying to at the time, see they're now suing because the court did them dirty. But they provided all the whole issue with that is the court was trying to say that they were filing in the wrong jurisdiction because Jay-Z didn't live in there, and they bringing not court documents, they're bringing deeds and property records showing that Jay-Z did indeed live in New Jersey. So in it the case is they did file in the correct jurisdiction. But it goes to show how far they will go in order to keep themselves clean. I do believe that people, like, I've heard stories where judges and attorneys can be paid off. And I believe that is what Jay-Z did. He used his power and he paid judges and attorneys in the state of New Jersey to throw that case off. But back to this John Doe. Back to this John Doe. Who is this John Doe, Jay-Z? Who is this John Doe that you assaulted when he was 16 years old? And it had to be at this house. It had to be at this house. I can't even remember what screen I am. Look at this. This is the pool right here. He said, all he remember is nicely trimmed bushes. Look at how nicely trimmed those are. Mm-hmm. But I didn't want to waste y'all time. I didn't want to waste y'all time. Yes, Alex's statements lead me to believe that Jay had already paid an accuser. That's what I'm saying. So if that and that's and there's no way to actually I can, log in and see because it didn't go to litigation. So there's no paper trail. There's nothing that they would have to file to say that we went ahead and we settled this case. So with that being said, oh wait, hold up. I done missed all these comments. Hold up. So I listened carefully to Alex's press conference towards the end of the presentation. Alex says something along the lines of Mr. Carter is not paying anymore. Oh, he's not paying anymore. Please go back and listen to Alex's press conference. Oh. Oh, hold up. Let me see. Hold on, because I'm trying to see if I could bring. I did not watch that. Yes, Alex's statements led me to believe that Jay-Z had already paid an accuser. And there we go. And there we go. Hold up. Alex speaks out about the da 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 da. Jay-Z's lawyer hosted a press conference. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I could pull it up. Well, this ain't telling me diddly squat. Hold on, I'm trying to see. No, this is showing. Oh, you know what? Hold up. Let me do this. Jay-Z press conference. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm on the back end. Looking for this. I might have to. Attorney Express says 3 close friendships. I'm really nosy, y'all. She said, I used to watch. Oh, I love Matlock. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. And they sitting here, no wonder they're after that. Man, okay. I can't. I'm going to have to find it. Oh my gosh. I might have to find it and I might have to clip it. Because I need to find this press conference. It was on the Forbes YouTube page. Okay, let me see. Let me go over here. That's interesting. That is interesting. All right. Forbes. I'm surprised I don't have Forbes on here. I have AP. Ooh, let me turn it off. Dang it. Let me do this. So I'm X Alex Spyro. Forbes. Let's see what pulls up. Oh, that's 30 minutes. Lord Jesus. Okay, let me see. Hold up. Let's see. And I don't know how it is going to share on your side, but let me know if it's choppy. I don't know what just happened to my there we go. Yeah, Matlock go hard. Okay, let me see. Because this is what happens when you have kids at home.
Something occurred. You have to look at different pieces of the narrative. The location, where it happened, the witnesses, who were they, what did they say, the details. The details are very important in time. So we start off.
If this case is dismissed after that, are you guys decided definitely to file anything in addition, like a defamation lawsuit?
This issue with a lawyer taking advantage of the situation is going to be dealt with, I can assure you. And I think sort of stay tuned. I think the first thing today was to make sure that everybody understands. This is not an account of inconsistencies. I wanted everybody to understand that this never happened. This is completely false. And then we'll move forward from there. Yes.
What is Mr. Carter's account of that night? Does he say he was at multiple locations, just that nightclub, the Lotus nightclub that he was photographed at?
Yeah, so I'm not going to get into sort of privileged communications and talk too much about that, but I will say that he was not at any house or any location. They were in New York City. They were at commercial establishments with lots of people around. This is obviously completely false. He's upset. He's upset that somebody would be allowed to do this. They would make a mockery of the system like this. He's upset that this distracts and dissuades real victims from coming forward. He's upset that his kids and his family have to deal with this. He's upset, and he should be upset.
Is your firm investigating Buzbee, talking to people around him as he's alleged in some of his legal suit, in his suit against Emmanuel?
Yeah, that suit went nowhere, as you saw. And what happens when people bring frivolous cases and run rackets like this is, of course, we're asking questions. I've got people contacting my office telling me chapter and verse about him. So we don't shut off the phone lines. I'm listening because I'm trying to figure out how this is allowed to proceed like this.
Me neither,
Yes.
girl.
He posted a photo on his Instagram of 3 men at a door of his client, suggesting that investigators came and said that they would pay $1,000 for plaintiffs to file a suit against him. I mean, do you have any connection to those men that he photographed? Do those men have any connection to Quinn Emanuel?
Zero. Okay, I don't know whether it's completely false or not, but zero connection to those people. No idea what that is. Don't know whether he's out of whole cloth. Don't know if he's trying to distract from what
Liar.
he's under now. But no, there's no truth to that.
They got proof.
Anything else?
Sorry. Will Mr. Carter say anything more specifically about Mr. Combs? He didn't really address him in his statement, but anything since outlets and internet speculation have tried to affiliate to them, that he didn't really, in his statement, specifically say anything about any of the allegations.
I mean, Mr. Carter has nothing to do with Mr. Combs' case or Mr. Combs. They knew each other professionally for a number of years, just like in all professions. People know each other. At the music awards, they support each other. If you go to the NBA All-Star game, they support each other. That's just how professions work. There is no closer association between any of them. That's also a matter of fiction. That's all that there is. He doesn't know anything about the charges or allegations against him. He has nothing to do with that case. And there's nothing more to say. Yes?
In the original filing before it was amended, and even after, there's a second, the woman celebrity that even chose in the room. That woman celebrity, whoever that is, has there been any other people that may have been with Mr. Carter or even Puff that night that I reached out to you guys just wanted to know what is happening, just so that they can prepare for kind of even a fight back like Jay-Z is right now?
Well, we know other celebrities have received letters, and we've spoken to other celebrities that were there that night that say this is what they know about this. This makes no sense, couldn't have happened because they were all at a commercial establishment. So I hope that answers your question. Yes?
Was there a specific amount of money or something specific that was demanded of Mr. Carter in this demand letter that was sent to you before the complaint was filed?
There isn't a specific number that has been demanded.
Did they specifically ask for money?
In the demand letter, what did...
Yeah, so I've been asked this question before. People like this, they don't send demand letters out to not get money. That's all they want. Okay, this isn't this.
Yeah, we seen the demand letter, and there was no demand. There was no amount that was listed in that demand letter. They asked for a confidential mediation. This man just sat up here and lied. That is why Buzbee dropped those demand letters. Not just one, but he also did two. How do you know Buzbee didn't set that up and have it recorded? I'm just not willing to be sheep until I see facts. Everybody's lying. Lying about what? Lying about what? Hey, let me tell you, this is about John Doe. This is about John Doe. And based off of what Tony Buzbee has showed us, Jessica Santiago said on a Ring door camera, thank God for Ring door cameras, she specifically stated that she worked with MJ from what's her name? Marcy Croft, who is part of MG Legal, who has posted numerous times that she has teamed up with Team Rock and Alex Spiro's firm. Well, not his firm, Quinn Emanuel. So there's actually proof that shows that there is a connection to that. And it's going to come out in discovery. But what we're trying to figure out is what happened in this John Doe case. Point blank, period. Did they settle? Yes. Oh, yeah. Other celebrities have received letters. Let's continue because I want to see this lie. Because he's saying, so he pretty much what he implied here is that he sent a demand letter and he asked for money. But we clearly seen in both of the demand letters, both Jane Doe and John Doe, no money was asked for. It was a confidential meeting that they asked in order to get the facts straight. They clearly said that they have evidence to say that you were there.
Is not for truth and justice. This is for money. So the request was to sit down and talk about a way to resolve this matter. And we all know what that means. Yes?
Do you have any plans to release the demand letter?
Not as I stand here today. I'm more concerned with making sure that everybody knows that.
What did she say?
And we all know what that means. Yes?
Do you have any plans to release the demand letter?
Oh, she said, do y'all have plans to release the demand letter? Okay, what recordings? Okay. Yeah, what recordings? Didn't set that up and have it recorded. Yeah, what recordings are you talking about? Because here's the thing. I'm going to tell you how it works on the back end. The recordings that were put on the transcripts was transcribed by U.S. Legal. U.S. Legal. U.S. Legal is a prominent, when we have big cases, we use U.S. Legal for pretty much everything. They have court reporters, they do transcriptions, they do all of it. So they're not going to certify a phone conversation if it is false. I just want to put that out there. Okay, I just researched. The statement was made around 1958. So go to 1940. Okay. All right, cool.
Not as I stand here today. I'm more concerned with making sure that everybody knows this didn't happen. I know there's a lot of questions about.
He is so full of it. Yeah, well, the demand letter's out now, my boy. All right, so let's pick up here.
800 number. That's all you need to do. And then we'll send a letter to the celebrity. They're not going to want to have this in the public light. And they're going to be shaken down and they'll send us money. So he just called the number. And Mr. Carter said no. He said, it's not going to happen anymore. I'm going to put my foot down. And that's what he did. And I would urge any other celebrity that's being shaken down right now to do the same.
Let me run that back. Let me go here.
Sean Combs' party, at any point, we can go after the other celebrities there. We can make money together. Just call the 1-800 number. That's all you need to do. And then we'll send a letter to the celebrity. They're not going to want to have this in the public light. And they're going to be shaken down and they'll send us money. So just call the number. And Mr. Carter said no. He said, "That's not going to happen anymore. I'm going to put my foot down," and that's what he did. And I would urge any other celebrity that's being shaken down.
I'm gonna run that back. I'm gonna run that back because I like what? Hold up. Let me go right here. I gotta get the context.
He doesn't even enter his notice of appearance. He just has some other lawyer filed and he holds these press conferences. He says, "Listen, anybody out there, just call the 1-800 number. If you can put yourself anywhere near Sean Combs' party at any point, we can go after the other celebrities there. We can make money together. Just call the 1-800 number. That's all you need to do. And then we'll send a letter to the celebrity. They're not going to want to have this in the public light. And they're going to be shaken down and they'll send us money. So he just call the number." And Mr. Carter said no. He said, "That's not going to happen anymore. I'm going to put my foot down," and that's what he did.
You have to be careful with your word choice. You have to be careful with your word choice. This man clearly said that Mr. Carter said, "This ain't about to happen anymore. I'm putting my foot down." So he more than likely settled with the John Doe. But with the Jane Doe, he was like, "I'm not going to give you one red penny." And then that is why Tony Buzbee ended up amending that complaint. So he settled the John Doe, but didn't settle the Jane Doe. Because which would be more worse? Now they both was minors, but which case would be worse than this? Which case would be worse? It is going to be the John Doe. So he was like, "I didn't already," and no telling how much money he dished out. We will never ever know. Cause it's weird. Cause we thought that it was just Jane Doe. If Tony Buzbee did not drop both of those demand letters, we would still be stuck on Jane Doe. This man is nasty. I'm just going to put it, whoever that female celebrity is, OMG, that was in the bed. Now I'm thinking about Beyonce. I was like, that was it Beyonce? Let me see what else he said.
And I would urge any other celebrity that's being shaken down right now to do the same thing and to stand with truth. None of this ever happened. And what this 1-800 lawyer is doing, he's taking the justice away from this. He's destroying this opportunity and the voices of real victims. And it's got to end. So, are there any questions? Yes.
I have a question.
Sure.
So for the people that are calling your office, I'm assuming if it's not dismissed, like
Okay. All right. So I'm going to clip that up and I have to share it. I'm going to clip that up. I'm going to share it. I'm going to attach the John Doe Demand Letter and I'm going to release it to the world. I'm probably a small channel holder, but at least it's going to be out there. Jay-Z, you settled a case so it would not get out. You settled one case, but not the other. He was like, "I got too much shit going on. I can't sit here and pay everybody." Mm-hmm. It's very enlightening. It is. And she is autistic. They probably thought he could get out of it. I think and that is the reasoning. I've always stated that they were going too fast. Jay-Z was on Alex Spiral's behind. He's like, "Hey, I just settled this John Doe case. I'm not settling this Jane Doe case. You need to do your best to get it dismissed." He probably done dished out some money. I know he had to dish out some money for a John Doe. That anymore indicates that this was not the first time. Exactly. Come on, my critical thinkers. Come on, my critical thinkers. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna clip that up and I'm gonna put that out because the word needs to get out. So Jay-Z, now, hey, at the end of the day, We don't have to sit here and know who that individual was, but to know that he was paid, they settled, that's a clear indication of guilt. Because if you did not do anything, if it was false, then you'll take it to trial. You'll take your chances in court. Now, just like Hibiscus said, though, with Jane Doe, she's autistic. She's not going to remember anything. Her story seems far fetched in the first place. Nobody's going to believe her. We could get this dismissed. As soon as Buzbee filed that amended complaint, Spyro went crazy with all these filings, and the judge had to let him know, bro, I don't know what it is that you think you're doing, but you don't run my court. You can't change the rules. You can't change none of the statutes. You got to do what you have to do accordingly and according to my rules of the court. Girl, you own it, Ebony. He dropped both of the demand letters on purpose. Yep, that was a Matlock move. That's why I was like, nobody. It's crazy because nobody is talking about it. It is a reason Buzbee did that, but see, that goes to show that people are not reading it. They just get these court documents and then that's it. Now, I too got the docket and I went through there, but I didn't see John Doe. I just says, oh, he must have sent two demand letters until I started reading it with y'all and I realized, oh my gosh, these are two separate letters, two separate instances. Instances. Oh my gosh. Yes, we gonna share it. We gonna get that out because my boy Alex already he used the wrong word choice and that was on him. So it is what it is. But yeah, so I believe in 2015 this is the Beverly Hills home, the mansion with the pool that he found his friend at, sleep, passed out, and they was somewhere on the second floor. Couldn't be right here. Couldn't be right here. Possibly any of these right here because they have, you can see the pool clearly right there. He did. He did. He slid that in there, and I'm glad that he did. Busby is strategic. He is not a national trial attorney. I don't care how much y'all hate him, how much people think, oh, he a Trump supporter, how much people think, oh, he don't like black people. Y'all go ahead and feel that way. Facts are facts. He is not a trial. Obviously, if he was a trial attorney, if he was a bad attorney, he would actually have grievances against him. If you go on the state of New York and the state of Texas, search the bar, you will not see any disciplinary actions against him. Let's just be clear. You will not see any grievances or disciplinary actions against him. If he was a dirty lawyer, you would see that because I'm sure people will file a grievance. I'm sure somebody would have something to say about him, and it will be reported to either the New York bar or the Texas bar. And there is absolutely nothing. Texas deemed him as the Texas attorney. He is a damn good trial attorney. So I'm just saying. So people gonna say what they want to say. Hey, and hey, I don't like the fact my boy for Trump, but hey, it don't matter. He's a bomb behind a trial attorney. He is very professional. He cracks me up. I like him. I follow him. Hey, 2025 is about to be lit. Did you hear two more New York lawyers were added? Yep, I actually reported that. And so those two New York attorneys, those are Trump's go-to attorneys. So they are also they're representing Jane Doe, but they are also representing Tony Buzbee in regards to the sanctions because Alex Spiro decided that he wanted to file a motion for sanctions because Tony Buzbee won. And this is what Spiro is saying. Spiro is saying that Tony Buzbee did not vet Jane Doe properly. But yet, I read the declaration and it shows the process that any plaintiff would go through, especially in this particular type of case. They go through background checks. They have interviews with either one attorney, multiple times, several attorneys, or a team. A retired police officer also did some research. And sometimes we have a lot of retired police officers that we use as PIs because of the resources that they have. And they love doing what they doing. Some even are process servers, and I love it. We have a few that we use on our team. So don't get that twisted. But when you got two lawyers that they represented Trump, especially in that Russia investigation, what? It's about to be it is about to go down. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That is all I'm going to say. But hey y'all, I don't know. I think I'm getting sick. I don't know what's going on, but ooh, let me change my little whatchamacallit. I don't know. Just all of a sudden I start, feeling sick, and I don't know, because kids come home with all kinds of germs, and as the mother, I got to take care of them, so I take care of them, and then next thing you know, I'm getting sick. So thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, I'm going to clip this up. Actually, I'm going to clip up what Alex Spiro said, and I am going to actually attach the John Doe demand letter, just a snippet of it, and I'm going to post that. And you guys, please share and get the word out there. Jay-Z, you're not going to get away with this. You're just trying to discredit this young lady, and that's not going to happen. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Let me see what you said. I'm impressed you promote yourself as a paralegal when you have already exposed yourself on numerous occasions liable for defamation. It would be defamation if I'm up here blatantly saying stuff that I know is defamatory, false allegations, and all of that. Let's start with that. If I am clearly reading a court docket, everything on my channel is allegedly. Okay. So before you come on my channel and say that I'm liable for defamation, you got to look up the word defamatory and defamation and see how it's used. So, in order for something to be defamatory, I would have to have not done my research on anything. So, go back and read my channel description, love. Cassandra, you are the only YouTube channel that read the demand letters. Most creators and use an In Touch article, and In Touch article doesn't mention John Doe. I know, that's the thing. And it's weird. It's really weird that they don't do that. But see, that's the thing. A lot of people don't have access to get a lot of these documents, or they don't know how to. And I have access to do that. So that's the good thing. But at least I try to go when I get these documents. I do have to go through them, and I skim through them only because I don't want like an address or any personal information. So I have to go through there and kind of redact everything, and make sure that there's no explicit images that are in there. So I do skim through there and I notice certain things. But yeah, but child, we got to get this. Sending you all well. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh yeah, AA is a troll. I don't be. Hey, if they obviously they don't even know what defamatory is. Me reading documents that's filed with the court. Okay. In touch is in. Oh, I think I read one article off of there, but I don't like, if I'm not reading court documents, I really don't too much go off of, you know, um, sites like In Touch. I barely like TMZ. I would go to like Forbes or AP or where is that Jesse Weber like court darn, what is, y'all know who Jesse Weber, he be having the I can't even think. That's how I know I'm getting sick. Or even Court TV. It's a lot of other reputable sources that I usually go on. Yeah. I don't know. We shall see. You'll know who's in whose pockets just depending on, their view on certain things. That's why you have to be careful with reporting news from those websites that tend to be biased. I play that's why when I look at certain articles, I just have to make sure that that it's reputable. Because once again, you don't want to be stating anything that's false. Me going to a website, reading information that is not fact checked, that will be construed as defamatory. Okay, you're the only one speaking on John Doe. Oh, thank you, Shadow. Thank you. This is why I rock with you. Thank you, Ebony Queen. Thank you. All right, and so oh yes, the ASAP Rocky trial. So I need to set. I do feel myself getting because I feel like I'm getting the chills, which is crazy. Um, I'm depending on how I feel tomorrow. We are definitely going to start with the ASAP Rocky trial. I know that he had it was opening statements today. But I do want to kind of take it a step back and do the preliminary hearing and then watch the opening statements. And then so that way we can be ready. So I might have some type of, I don't know, ASAP Rocky marathon this weekend. So y'all just kind of stay tuned for that. Wonder who was the female celebrity in the bed. Shadow, that's what I said. And the crazy thing is, in that John Doe demand letter, it was very weird to me because they put a picture. Hold on, let me kind of go back. Um, did I already close out of it? Hold up. Let's go back. No, I don't want to get sick. I have so much stuff to do in life, and when I get sick, I still gotta be a mom. I'm on break from being a girlfriend because my boyfriend in the oil field. Hold up, I'm bringing up the demand letter. Let's see. Okay, here's the Jane Doe demand letter. So you see, they use this picture, right? However, in the John Doe, why use this picture? This is a section where you talk about Sean Combs and Carter and Combs' relationship. Why use a picture that includes Beyonce? Then we get to reading, and it states that this young man wakes up to Jay-Z in his face. I'm just trying to figure this out. So it's just like the female on the outside, Jay-Z in the middle, and this young man on the other on the outside. So Jay-Z is in the middle of the bed. That is disturbing as hell. But Buzbee Buzbee drops little Easter eggs. Just like when he did this declaration, right? We never would have expected. I knew eventually he was going to come out with the demand letter, but Busby said play with me. And what did he do? He dropped both of the demand letters. But this John Doe demand letter is very interesting because you have a picture of Beyonce. Why not just choose a picture of Combs and Jay-Z? This is where our wheels are turning. Will we know? No, we will never know. We will never know if that John Doe case was settled because it was not in litigation. We will never know who it is. We will never know how much was paid. All we know, all we can speculate right now is based off of what Alex Spiro said. He said that Jay-Z put his foot down because he said, they're not going to get him again. He did it once, he ain't doing it again. Mhm. Yeah, Ebony. Mhm. Hey, MEP. How you doing, love? If they settle, usually there is no public record of settlement. The only way we will know what truly happened in this John Doe case is only if John Doe comes to light. Another way is if cuz he stated, hold up, what did he say? I don't know the extent of, cuz they were invited to the Diddy party. That's one. Two, he said that there were also other children their age, 16 and younger, at a Diddy party. Now, I those are minors, and I'm sure that there's adults there, so there was alcohol, but there were minors at this Diddy party in 2015. That's the thing. So, Legal Eagle Squad, we're going to have to search Diddy Party 2015. Now, here's the thing, everybody had to put their cell phone up. So, it's not going to be any cell phone, footage. The only thing we can rely on is if there was a photographer there that was taking random pics. That's all. Yes, settlements are private. That is true. If it becomes criminal, if they go after Jay criminally, we could find out that way. And that is true. Because it did mention uh all of these cases are running together. I'm not gonna lie. And the crazy thing is I got three lawsuits I gotta file today because I did tell the attorney I was about to draft those petitions. So I gotta get off of here with y'all. Um, I cannot remember what pleading that was, but it did state that they were going to go ahead and pursue with criminal charges if need be. Was that in her what wait, hold up. I'm trying to figure out, somebody said something about that because this was in, I think it was in his declaration. I'm not gonna go back here and read this. But yeah, my boy. Mm, boy, I mean, he dropped this. True copies, which were my exhibits 1 and 2. This is so funny. He said, on or about November 5th, 2024, before filing suit, my firm sent 2 letters notifying him of serious allegations. But y'all, the crazy thing is that he stated that there were evidence. Like, we have evidence. Let me see. Da, 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 da. Let me see. Hold up, because in this one he said something. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm reading and processing at the same time. He said those same rugs were used here in conjunction with the actual assault of my client, which I will prove. He said, I will prove you participated in. Man, what he said? He said something. Oh, this right here. We have evidence that you were one such individual who participated in this vile conduct. He clearly said, we have evidence. Hold up. Let me see. Did he say that in this one too? Nope. That's crazy. So in this one right here, I hate when I do that. Oh, come on, Cassandra. I'm not trying to redact none of this. Stop it. All right. So under Carter and Combs' relationship in the Jane Doe, he didn't mention anything about evidence. But we get to the John Doe part. When it gets to the John Doe part, oh, wait, nope. That was Sean Combs. So it says, we have evidence that you were one such individual who participated in this vile conduct. Hold on, I'm gonna get to the comments. I'm just make sure that's how I know I'm getting sick because I'm tripping. Obviously, I can't read. Nope. So it's under the Sean Diddy Combs. So yep. So with this is the difference between that one and this one, besides the picture and the whatchamacallit. He clearly said that they had evidence. So whatever John Doe probably held on to whatever he held on to. So he had evidence, baby. He had evidence. Ba, 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 ba. Dang. Buzbee has hard evidence. So in that John Doe case, they said they have evidence. He didn't want that evidence to come out. I don't know what his evidence is, but I believe it's a solid. Exactly. After this pick, I think Celebrity B might be B. Well, here's the thing, though. I don't think so. Wait, when did Jay-Z get with Beyonce? Because Jane Doe incident happened in 2000 and they were saying Celebrity B might be J-Lo. I don't know. I have to go back and see if Jay-Z was with Beyonce during that time. But I do know for this one that he put Tony Buzbee could have picked any other picture, y'all. That's what I'm trying to that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Why pick this picture? Why not pick a picture with Diddy, J-Lo, and Jay-Z? Why not have a picture of Sean and J-Lo and well, I said Sean with Diddy and J-Lo, and then another picture with Jay-Z? Why are you going to put a picture of all three of them? Are you trying to indicate, are you trying to tell us that Beyonce was the female in that bed with John Doe and Jay-Z? That was in so this one was 2015. So it's a clear indication based off of what I'm reading. I'm making my own inference. All right. Don't try to come after me, Jay-Z. But based off of what this is saying, this young man woke up in the bed with a male and a female there. And Tony Buzbee puts their pick there. I can only put two to two together, or 1 + 1 = 2. That's the only thing I can say. I automatically started thinking Celebrity B was B when Alex mentioned J Lo. Alex was too quick to throw J Lo name in it to misdirect the public. Yes, but and that's what I'm trying to say. So if we're going back to the Jane Doe case in 2000, I'm just gonna have to do my research because I have to see where Beyonce was. I honestly do. I honestly do. But see, that's the thing though. Alex Spiro, his attention is on Jane Doe. It's not on even on this John Doe case because they've already settled it. Exactly. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. At the end of the day, if Beyonce participated in this, all of the celebrities that were there, um, all of the minors, that is the biggest thing that's getting to me because you pull up to this house and you see that both male and female around the age of 16, some younger, who were also entertainers at a Diddy party. Mm-mm. Oh, she was there. Unfortunately, I'm not a Beyonce fan. I am not a Beyonce fan at all. I mean, I listen to her music sometimes, but I'm just, yeah, yeah. But I wouldn't wish this on nobody. But at the end of the day, this is sad. Um, if they did settle the John Doe case, as stated in this demand letter, that they had hard evidence, they had evidence to prove evidence. It says we have evidence that you were one such individual who participated in this foul act. I don't know what John Doe had, but I'm pretty sure if they did have that, I don't even think they had a meeting. I think they called on the phone, and the attorney say, "Hey, this is what they got," and Jay-Z was like, "Dang, I can't let this get out. I can't let this get out. We gotta, yeah." See, with Jane Doe, there's nothing but her word at this point. Nothing but her word. But John Doe had something tangible. Mhm. I do believe that B is a victim as well, Matthew. So yeah, boy, anything to get into this industry. Well, I said this industry to that industry because I don't want to be a part of it. I do not want to be a part of it. But yeah, all right, y'all. All right. So this time I think I really am gone. But thank y'all definitely for tuning in. I got to get some work done and I have to take some medicine cuz I'm not starting to feel good. But thank y'all for tuning in. Definitely leave your comments below. I am going to clip this up and get this out there because it does need to be known. I don't care if they settle. It is the simple fact that Jay-Z is trying to they're what are they trying to do? Alex Sparrow kept saying, "None of this happened. It's false." Da 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 da. Something did happen, and you're trying to discredit this young lady. If John Doe comes out to the world and everybody's like, "Oh damn, so you did this," because even Tony Buzbee put that in the last part of his demand. It clearly says, "It has been my experience that when someone does this to a victim once, the likelihood is that they have done the same or similar things to others." We're not going to brush this under the rug. We're not going to sit here and bypass it. If you settled this case, Jay-Z, because were scared that this will come out, because then people will know that you are guilty. Mm. Anywho's, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Let me see. Let me get these last. I have never been a B fan either, but I can see where it is possible that B did not choose Jay-Z on her own. This is so sad to me. Girl, okay? Because that man is not good looking at all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, hey, I'm about to do. I'm about to do 3 petitions in 1 hour. I'm about to work. I think Alex tried to throw us off by mentioning J Lo. I think so. I think so too. But yeah, so for the replay gang, definitely comment below. Tell me what you think about this. And you all in the chat, also feel free to comment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, you all have a blessed Friday night. I'm going to try to get me some rest after doing this. Y'all take care. Bye.